Hey, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is episode number 92. I'm going to give you today my strategy. This is my e-commerce steady growth umbrella strategy. I'm going to speak to you a little bit today about some very key areas in an e-commerce business that I believe you need to have either in place or be working to have in place, of course, because we are all on this journey of growing in e-commerce. So no matter what stage you find yourself at in the sort of growing a business with some steady growth, these umbrellas, you probably don't have all of them. Maybe you have more than the 4 umbrellas that I have. I'd love to know what they are. So let's head into some umbrellas that I have set up for my own business that I've identified in the last several years that seem very key to understanding what work is important, what work is not important when growing an e-commerce brand in Australia. I do this in Australia. I have had customers overseas, of course, many of you would have had as well, but I'm not deliberately growing overseas. So my skills are really in small online brands in Australia. I had 2. I sold one brand at the end of 2023 and I'm continuing to grow the other. I'm also on the journey of starting a brand new one, but that's been shelved a bit recently because I've been spending more time on my podcast. So I have been shelving my dreams to start another Shopify e-commerce store because I've been spending more time on my podcast than I was. Anyway, all of that to say, let me share with you my e-commerce steady growth umbrellas. These are, you might call them pillars, categories. I call them umbrellas. I like the idea. I like the visual. So these umbrellas, these 4 umbrellas sit in my business, and all the work I do on a daily basis when I wake up in my giant to-do list, or if I go to bed at night, I think about what I need to do the next day, all of the work I think about doing next month and next year sort of sits under one of these 4 umbrellas. And if the work sits under one of these 4 umbrellas, I've decided for me that qualifies as important, valuable work. There are many things you can do in your business to grow and to start and to go to the next level and to scale. Depending what stage of business you are at, you'll have different umbrellas probably for your own business. But let's say you're in the first few years of an e-commerce brand and you're really starting from scratch and you are growing a customer base. Some of these umbrellas may seem like they could work for you. You think, I'm not even doing that. Well, I should be doing that. I should be setting up that umbrella too. I hadn't even thought of it. I'm not even paying attention to it. Like I said, you may be doing all of these or none of them or some of them. But I did these over time and I can see now, 4 years in, that they've really contributed the most valuable. They contribute the most value to my business and my business's growth month after month after month. So if anything sits under these 4 umbrellas and it's work, it sits under these 4 categories, I feel it's valued. For me, it validates it. If work or ideas, shiny object syndrome, comes up for, schemes and tactics and tricks that sit outside of these 4 umbrellas, I probably really need to think about that seriously as to whether it's really valuable to spend time on, because does it really contribute to my business growth like I know the work does under these 4 umbrellas. So let me read you a little blurb about these 4 umbrellas. Strategic marketing will ensure your e-commerce or small retail business has steady growth path with my umbrella strategy. Many new e-commerce store owners or retail shops expanding online, so maybe you are in person or retail looking to grow online, often think that their website or product range is the issue. This is rarely the case. If you're struggling with sales and customers, it's rarely the case that the product is the issue or the website is the issue. The real challenge is the numbers game. E-commerce requires a certain number of leads or potential customers in the top of your marketing funnel to convert to sales at the bottom of that funnel. By focusing on these umbrellas, you'll leverage all your traffic to ensure maximum conversions, leading to a steadily growing business with repeat customers. Get your marketing unstuck in your business with my support and book yourself a free discovery call. So I do project work for small businesses. I'm a Facebook ad specialist and I can take on some marketing projects for your business, particularly things that you know are valuable that you've been neglected, because who has the time to do all this, right? Particularly to DIY all these things. If you haven't got the time to DIY a solution, you just got energy, for far more important things in your business as a CEO, I can absolutely manage these things on a project basis for you. You can book a free discovery call with me. You can just go on my website, book it in the calendar. We'll catch up for 25 minutes and chat about it and see if we're a good fit or not, and see if I can support you or not. I'm very transparent about my prices and my expertise as well. For instance, I'm a Facebook ad specialist, but I don't know a lot about Google ads. I've done my own Google ads a few times and I haven't found them massively successful because I don't know enough about the platform, but I know plenty about Facebook and Instagram. So I'm not going to pitch to you something I don't have expertise in, so, don't worry if you catch up with me for a discovery call, you feel like I'm going to sell you everything under the sun. I won't. So my reputation is far more important to me than that, which you'd think is usual, but apparently not. Unfortunately, in the industry I'm in with clients in online business, I'm really surprised to hear some of the experiences clients have with other agencies, and particularly with Facebook ads, it's quite scary. Anywho, that's off topic. Let's get to my 4 umbrellas. So number 1, Facebook ads. I was just talking about that. You need a Facebook ad strategy. If you're a legitimate business, you need to be paying for advertising. If you are a business that already pays for advertising, do you know those metrics? Do you understand what's good and what's not good? Because you could potentially be wasting money or potentially leaving money on the table. You need to understand the playground you're playing in. And I genuinely believe the cliche is true that you need to pay to play with social media. Organic socials is still very important. I doubled my organic reach in January of 2024 with a specific strategy, which is a whole nother episode. So organic is not dead. It's definitely not. But you need a paid strategy. You need to be paying to get in front of the people that are actually your customers. Nothing targets like social media can target. It's incredible. So, years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what did you have to do? TV commercial, an ad in the paper, a radio commercial, like a billboard? Who had that sort of money? Like, it's never been easier than 2024 to start a business and start a brand, to find those customers on social media. So use the tools that are there. You need a Facebook ads strategy. That's my first umbrella. Any time I spend in my ads account or other clients' ad account auditing it is valuable work. You're understanding the platform, making it work for you. You're understanding your customer better. I find my customers, they come to me through social media often. It's the first time they discover me on social media. And then I get to find out and learn more about them. So that helps me. That helps me in my brand, me in my business. If you have a small, an in-person market or a small in-person store, retail store, customers come through your door, how valuable is that? Who they are, what they like, what they pick up, what they look at. It's all very valuable information. They purchase something, what do they buy? Do they come back and leave you a review? Do they come and talk to you about it? They mention it to a friend. Like, all information that we learn about our customers is great. So if you need a Facebook ad strategy, you need a marketing funnel set up in your ad account. You need to be running different types of campaigns for different objectives and measuring the results. But you need to know what those results mean and how to measure them accurately. So reach out to me if you're not sure. Reach out to me if you don't know this platform, or if you want to try this and you're not sure. I can work on a one-off project base. You don't need to put me on a retainer. You can just book me for a discovery call. We can chat about your business and I can audit your account or set up some campaigns on a project basis. Anyway, that's number 1. Number 2 is email marketing. Both flows to nurture your customers, so automated email, and weekly campaigns. So you need some flows set up and you need to be contacting them on a weekly basis as well and reaching out with what's going on in your business and what's the latest, what's new, what's coming up, more about you and all that sort of stuff. Email marketing is not dead. Email marketing is changing. Lots changed this year with Google with email marketing and domains, which you had to do a lot of work to be compliant with that. So it's changing. And yes, I would concede email marketing is probably on the decline. That's like global though. So it's not like you're the only one. So sometimes business owners feel like, well, email marketing is declining, so why bother? Yeah, but it's declining for everybody. You're not the exception. You're like, it's for everyone. We're all in the same boat. So it doesn't mean it doesn't work altogether. Email marketing still works. I always often think about the illustration of Black Friday as to why email marketing is so important. On Black Friday and across the holiday kind of shopping period, I don't know what you do as a customer, but sit for a minute and think seriously about what you do as a customer and how you behave. This is how I behave. I get bombarded on socials with all the ads and everything, and on TV and on radio and everywhere you look and turn. So I actually go to my emails. I like to shop and look through my emails because those are the brands I've invited there. My email box, my inbox is brands that I have signed up for, subscribed to. I want to hear from them. At any other time of the year, like there's no other more time of the year more so that I want to hear from them than Christmas. I want to know what they're selling, what they've got going on, what their promo is, what the latest is, what's a good gift solution that they're offering so that it makes my gift buying, process easier as a shopper. That's what I do. You may be surprised if you think about it seriously, you perhaps do something similar, is that you kind of escape the overwhelm of being bombarded everywhere in your inbox because those brands you invited to be there. You need to be there for your customers in their inbox at Black Friday and Christmas. You need to be sending more emails than you usually do, and you need to be giving some offer or something. It doesn't even need to be that big, but you just need to show up because they might be looking for you. They've got money to spend. They're looking to shop. They want to spend it. They just need a solution to where they should spend that money. That's one example why email marketing is so important still in 2024. And the other reason is just a stat that I like to share is that in 2023, email marketing revenue, so this is revenue specifically from email, not from anywhere else because it's measured through Klaviyo. So it's measured through the click through on my Klaviyo account from someone clicked on this email, this button and went to purchase. Email marketing revenue, so just the revenue to my business from email alone was 40% of my total revenue for the whole of 2023. It's not that high this year, but it's potentially not as high as it used to be for everybody this year. But remember, that's for many reasons, and I'm not the only one that has to manage changes with email marketing. We all do. Doesn't mean it's not worth doing. If I had thought that all last year, I would have missed out on 40% of the revenue I got for my business. How crazy is that? And it's so cheap, email marketing. You pay for an account with Klaviyo or MailChimp, OmniSend, so many of them, hey, whoever. And the return on investment is higher than anything else we can do in e-commerce is email marketing. And like I said, just be there for your customers. They've asked you to be there in your inbox, in their inbox. You should be sending reminders to them about the abandoned cart. You should be catching up with them every week. Have some flows set up that they go through before they purchase, a flow for after they purchase. All that stuff takes time, of course. I recently audited some of my flows because I hadn't looked at them in about 6 months. So if you do have Klaviyo and flows, when's the last time that you audited them? Go and have a look at the metrics for the last 90 days and see if you're happy with them. See if there's some emails in your flows you can pull altogether and get rid of and replace with some new content or something fresh. So I did that last week. It took a few hours, but I haven't done it in 6 months. And I had noticed one of my flows, a couple of the emails in there had no revenue, no purchases, and I didn't like the click-through rate on them. It was pretty low. The open rate was only 30% or something on a couple of the emails in the flow, so I deleted them out. And I've swapped them out for some new content. And where do you get that new content, you ask? From your weekly campaigns. From the campaigns you've been sending for the last 6 months every week. Pull out some really popular ones. Find some things you spoke to your customers about that did well, that they enjoyed or found traction with, and put them in your welcome series. Because people who are joining your welcome series tomorrow didn't get that email from you 3 months ago. But if you save it out of your, campaigns as a template and then chuck it in a flow as a template, then your new customers and potential new customers who find you now get to enjoy the benefit of that good content as well, because they weren't around a few months ago, now they are. The next thing is a subscription box. Yeah, I have a couple episodes about subscription boxes and why I started one a year ago and why it's the best decision I ever made. It's a game changer for sure and a lot of work, but I haven't regretted any of it. I love my subscription box. I love my subscribers. They are my top tier VIP customers, and they could be for you as well. Do you know, even if you don't have a subscription box or you don't want to start a subscription box, can you do a subscribe and save? Can you do like the Amazon equivalent? Is there something you can do to put some guaranteed revenue, recurring, methodical, systematic revenue into your business in some way that serves your customers in the form of convenience? It's convenient for your customer. You're saving them time, decision, overwhelm, things can just rock up to their house when they need them. Is there something you can do? I mean, not every business can, but it's a question you should ask yourself. And that's why it forms one of my umbrellas. My subscription box is one of my umbrellas in my 4 umbrella e-commerce steady growth strategy. So number 1 was Facebook ads. Number 2, email marketing. Number 3, subscription box. Number 4, basic SEO. Are you blogging? If not, how come? And when's the last time you updated your website and looked at your alt tags on your images, your description on your products, and you're making using the heading default tags, so heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 in your descriptions on your products? When's the last time you updated your meta tags, your SEO tags? Often they're at the bottom on Shopify and your products at the very bottom. Scroll down and edit those and bulk out your description, bulk out the headline of that product, and use some keywords. When's the last time you did a bit of SEO check? I use Neil Patel's, oh my goodness, my brain's gone blank again. What is it? I should open it while I'm talking to you. Let me have a look. Ubersuggest, that's the one. I use Ubersuggest as my SEO sort of checker that I go into periodically to see how the SEO on my website is. There are many others out there. I just use the free version. I could totally manage paying for something and going a bit deeper with it. I haven't needed to. I don't want to at this point. I'm happy with where my SEO sits. I'm happy with where I show up on organic search results at the moment for most things. There's always work to do in that area, and Google makes changes all the time too. It's indexing and algorithm stuff. So there's always changes to make, that's ongoing. None of these things are finite. You don't do any of these things once and that's it. How boring would that be in business? We do these things ongoing, and then we experiment and try again and analyze and try again. So that's my 4th umbrella: basic SEO, blogs with keywords, blogs with images, blogs with links to your products. Backlinks are okay. You should be linking to your existing product range in your blog posts. Google actually encourages that. Do you know, it wasn't that long ago that was a what's the word I'm looking for, where Google penalized you for backlinking to your own products. They don't anymore. So you should link to your own products in your own blog post and put some images in there. Use a few bullet point lists. They're all good, and Google loves those things. And so, do some basic SEO on your website, or very least start a blog. If you're not sure what to write for your very first blog and you don't blog, here's one I would like you to do. Go and find an organic social media post that's done well in the last however long, doesn't matter, last 30 days or last year, and write a blog about it. Use the same topic that you had in that post, the same concept, and write a blog. Just write an article about it. Use ChatGPT's help. We're all doing that now. We're not how good is it? ChatGPT is the most incredible research tool. It's like a content assistant. I use ChatGPT for some stuff. I have a lovely, adorable, helpful content assistant. She helps me, a real person, I'm saying. Talking about ChatGPT and my content assistant. I have a real person content assistant. She helps me. And then I also use ChatGPT. There's another content assistant who helps me as well. So use, AI tools and get a blog written from an organic social media post you have that did well. If you're not sure how to start there. Just get one. You've got to start with one. If you haven't got any, you've got to start with one. You don't get to 100 without going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how you get to 100. That's how you build a business. We have to start at 1. So if you haven't done a blog yet, or you haven't started one, or you haven't written a blog post on your existing blog in about a year, go back and do so. You won't regret it. It takes time for those benefits, to be realized with Google and all sorts of stuff, but that's okay. These things take time. All of the work that sits under my umbrellas here is, pretty much all of it now. I'm looking at it and thinking about it. None of these things are put items on a sale. So none of these things are quick fixes or a quick sale, which I know if you're in the very early stages you are looking for. So there's a place for those. Totally there is. Facebook ads is probably that's not true. Facebook ads and email marketing are totally quick sales. There might be some really easy cash in your Facebook ads account and email marketing if you haven't leveraged those things yet. So that's not entirely true. But when I think about SEO, it's definitely a long-term game, hey? It's a long-term play. But you might as well do it. The time is going to pass anyway. Set aside an hour every month and write a blog. Start somewhere. It's better than not doing it at all. So it's not all or nothing. Sometimes we get a real all or nothing attitude about our business and about what to do. Well, I can't write a blog. I'm a bit busy, so I'm just not going to start one. Well, how about write one blog post in a month? And then next month, write another one. Because then when you're listening to me again on another podcast in a year's time, you will have thought to yourself, well, at least I started my blog. I've got 12 blog posts now. Do you know, so you might as well start some work because the time is going to pass anyway. And blog content, hello, it's like pillar content. If you're stuck with content and not sure what to do on socials and in email marketing, write one blog article and use it for everything for the next 30 days. Write one blog post, publish it, make it really good, spend 2 hours on it, and then don't worry about your other content for the next month because you're going to pull snippets from that blog post for your social posts. You're going to pull snippets from that blog post and put them in a couple of emails. You're going to send people from Facebook ad account. You'll set up an ad. You'll send them to the blog post so they get to know more about you and your authority builds in their mind in the niche that you are in. There's many things to do with a blog post. Chop it up, use it in lots of different ways. You'll feel like the time is really worthwhile when you do that. So that's my fourth umbrella. So these are my e-commerce steady growth umbrellas. Strategic marketing will ensure your e-commerce or small retail business has steady growth, and this path is my umbrella strategy. All the tasks I have in my business day to day, I sort of vet them and see if they sit underneath these four umbrellas. And if they do, it validates for me as valuable work. If they sit outside these umbrellas, it just means I need to think about it a little bit more seriously. And is it just a shiny object syndrome and something I should just move on from because it's just catching my attention? Or is it actually valuable work? But if it sits under these four umbrellas, I know it's valuable work to grow my e-commerce business. And the four umbrellas are Facebook ads, email marketing, subscription service, and basic SEO. Thanks for hanging out with me today on episode, whatever we are, 92, I think, on Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on my website. Head to my website. You can book a free discovery call. Let's chat about your business and where maybe you are stuck in the next bottleneck with your marketing and revenue and customers, and we'll catch up. You can book yourself a call in my calendar. See ya.